Hello everyone, in this video I want to show you guys how to change your chainring. Okay, the reason I'm doing this is because I just recently upgraded from a totally worn out FSA chainring, this is a traditional chainring 53 tooth, to a narrow wide chainring, which is a Decas 50 tooth narrow wide chainring. And this is my folding bike, the Dayhome Mu SL, a extremely versatile and lightweight folding bike. As you can see, after riding thousands of miles, it's time to change the chainring, and I decided with a narrow wide, so it prevents the issue of the front chainring from shifting outside and inside, which might damage your bike, unintentionally. And sometimes people are confused as to what kind of tool you need to remove those bolts over here. Okay, extremely easy. Some of the chainrings, if you look at the front and the back, this one, the front, it's a hex wrench. The back is also a hex wrench. This kind of chainring makes replacing extremely easy. So all you need are two hex screws, because one screw is going to be smaller hole, the 5mm is in the front, and one screw is going to be the bigger hole, which is a 6mm on the back. Okay, and you can see both of those fits inside here, and all I have to do is lock the back position and turn the front one counterclockwise. That is to unlock the chainring. As you can see, extremely easy to turn. Okay, so this is one kind of chainring bolts, which is only secured by two hex screws. This is the easiest one. The next one is going to be a little tricky, so I'm going to remove this one first, just to show you guys what it looks like. The chainring bolts are two-piece sandwiched together, so you screw one side to the other, and it goes in and it locks in place. Okay, and as you can see, this one front back is all round like hex screw drives. So this is the easiest one, which I actually prefer. But then, if you buy the Decas narrow wide chainring, it comes with traditional bolts. The traditional bolts is gonna look very similar. It's still sandwiched, and I'm gonna show you guys. So on the side, they look exactly the same. They're all sandwiched. You screw one side into the other side, and on one side it's going to be exactly the same. This side uses a size 5 hex wrench. If you flip to the back, there are no hex wrench holes. There are only two slots over here, and for this one you actually need a special tool. This tool, the Park tool, this is CNW2. This is a very nice chainring bolt removal wrench, and you see this kind of two slots on your bike, you need this tool. This tool basically, if you look at this end, it's got a little two notches over there for two different sizes. Depending on the size of your back, this tool is gonna work most of the time. Okay, so for this one, I need the wider edge one. Let's find the wider edge one. Okay, so this one works fine. So you secure the one side with this tool on the back instead of a hex wrench, and the front works exactly the same. So I'm gonna put this hole here using this traditional bolt. So I'm gonna screw this bolt in here, and I'm gonna try to connect the front bolt using the 5mm wrench. Let's find where's my 5mm wrench. Right here. So this is the front. Okay, you put it in here and you're gonna screw it in there. Now, another issue you're gonna run into is that this bolt, as you can see, it doesn't go in low enough. So the bolt they provided on the side, if you look at the profile, is short. Okay, this shorter back bolt washer is for a single chainring setup. That means if I remove my front chain guard, which acts like an extra chainring, I should be able to use the one that's provided in Decas, but if I need the front chain guard, I have to use the existing bolt over here for the back, which is actually a longer setup. So what you can do if you want newer looking bolts is use the existing old longer piece from the back and use the newer better looking one, you know, that's nice and clean for the front, and it should in theory screw in perfectly fine. And again, I'm not gonna be using that's two anymore because I'm using my existing one, but if you have the special one, you need this special tool, okay? And again, I'm just gonna replace all the front bolts because they are kind of rusty looking and oxidized, using this bolt from where Decas provided me. And you can see instantly it looks way better than the worn out one, right? And again, for the back, I'm gonna secure with a 6mm. At the front, it's usually always 5mm. So you can just tighten it by turning it clockwise. And once you have it tightened, it works, you know, just like the other bolts. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace the rest of the 4 bolts. And also depending on the diameter, the BCD, you're gonna have, sometimes you're gonna have 4 bolts, sometimes you're gonna have 5, okay? All right, so let me go ahead and replace all the bolts for the front. And you will want to actually get this according to the manufacturer's recommended torque, which generally is pretty tight, okay? Because you don't want this thing to fall off during riding, which is gonna be like very dangerous. So, we have 2 more to replace. Okay. Leave it here. Go back to this one. Last one. And that's pretty much it, and that's how easy to replace the Chainring crank bolts, right? So again, if your chain tooth is really worn, if you just got an old bike, you want to work on it, get the proper tool. I would say it's always a good idea to just buy the C&W2 in case one of the bike had a one of those like weird looking back plate that you need this special tool to access. All right, otherwise the replacement is very simple and easy. It's like sandwiched bolt, you just, you know, bolt it in there, and that's pretty much it. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and if you did, please do hit the like button or subscribe. I will have more bicycle maintenance videos coming out for you guys. Thanks again, and see you in the next video. Take care.